Hi and good morning, friends. Welcome after a little break to the United Traders Day Trading TV. It's Wednesday, the 29th of May. Yeah, glad that you joined in again, and I'm also glad that I'm able to deliver this show this morning. Yeah, have been off for a few days. Sorry for that. There have been some personal stuff that was high priority, so I had to solve this first. But today, as usual, let's have a look what the markets are delivering for us. Okay, so hopefully I have not completely forgotten how to get everything set up here. Let's see. So some music is missing. Hello, music. Where are you? Music, hello. Okay, so thanks for all your emails. I was very surprised. I hope my last message I was sending last week was not too annoying for you. Basically, it was nothing serious, just a very typical health issue for this year. Some, how is it called in English? Stomach flu or something like that. But however, it is solved, this issue, and my very urgent paperwork it's also finished, so we can focus on trading, and that's cool. I was not trading much during the past few days, so the account has not changed much. We are there where we have left last Thursday. Really, Thursday? I do not know exactly. But okay, let's focus. Let's have a look into the recent market situation. And what I was seeing yesterday, that we have had some good US numbers. So let's have a look at Forex Factory calendar. Let's switch back. The consumer confidence was better than expected. Way better than expected, and that was just another element in the game of predicting the tapering of QE, the quantitative easing, and it seems to be the case that every good news at the moment from the US will increase the probability, at least that is what the market seems to believe, that Mr. Bernanke is going to reduce QE, and reducing QE is a strength of dollar, and that is exactly what we have seen yesterday. The dollar was strengthening. Okay, but today, what do we have today? We get some unemployment numbers 5 minutes before the end of this show. Then we get no major numbers from Eurozone or the US. Two guys are talking later on in New York, Mr. Rosengreen and Mr. Bean. Is it really Mr. Bean? This very famous Mr. Bean? I don't think so. He is speaking in the UK. I'm not sure, but I think Mr. Bean is written with 2 E, not an E and an A. Hey, good morning, Rashid. Hey, Ray. You know, Mr. Bean, how is his name spelled? This very famous Mr. Bean. I think 2 E's in the middle of Bean. But okay, so from the news side, everything is fine so far. At the very end of the show, there might be a disturbance in the market flow based on the German unemployment claims, but so far, I think there's nothing disturbing from the news side. So let's have a little look into what the market is talking about. And here it is. Let me zoom in. so that you have a chance to read it on your site. But here it is. After falling sharply in the wake of better than expected US housing and consumer data, and resulted in a heightened expectation of Fed QE tapering. So yeah, that is the game we are playing these days, till the Fed finally has delivered something. So every very positive number or positive surprise may lead to a strengthening of the dollar. Every negative or disappointing number, especially unemployment claims, maybe at least stop the dollar strengthening trend. Oh, thanks, Rashid. Mr. Bean, it's written like the guy who is talking today on the MPC meeting. Or no, he's a member of the MPC, and he's talking later on today. Okay. So from the media scan, the only thing that is relevant is this QE action or QE prediction game. So yeah, let's have a look at the charts together. So on 15-minute chart, so here we are. Oops. The week was starting here, Sunday. What have we seen so far? A very calm Monday because of holidays in the UK and also in the US. So not too surprising that there was a swing or a trading range of, let's say, 30 pips, something like that. Then yesterday there was some action, especially this down action based on the new confirmational signs for a potential QE reduction. So this morning, let's zoom in a little. This morning says something. So yesterday's action and today's action. We have seen something. We have seen a new low. So we are at the beginning of April with the price levels we are testing at the moment, and already two lows this morning. The Asian range, okay, not exactly sure where to draw it, but maybe something like that. So we have been breaking out to the bottom side of the range. We have made a new low, and I have to say, from the very recent last few days and last week, every time it's only true for London session, not for the whole day. So only for the time window we are having our live London opening session in. Every time when we have seen something like a double bottom or a W, just for people joined in lately and not that familiar with all this, W is something like this. And as you can see, the second leg of the W, it is in the making, but the expectation or the probabilities are not that bad that this second leg will not end here, but it may go up some more, especially if you have some interesting level like the daily pivot line here. This level usually is somehow magnetic, so the price tends to go there. That is true only for London session and not 100%, so please do not pull a long trade with 50% of your account's money in. No, it's we need to see the confirmation finally on the chart, but that is what we have seen several times lately. So let's see what we can make out of that this morning. Yeah, based on that, I need to see some confirming action. Of course, at the moment it seems 2 minutes for this 15-minute candle here, but it could be a little reversal. We have been close to the high of the Asian range, this purple colored rectangle in the background. So let's see. The most important part, or the most difficult part for most of us, I think, is to when you enter your trading room, when you're starting your trading day, to stay patient. Still, you have a real promising idea of the market, or a promising setup there. And starting the trading session reminds me for something. So let's try to deliver that now. The 2 minutes. Ooh. Hopefully. Yeah, here we are. So let's start with it. Yeah, here we are. So I do not want to jump into the trading day without that. I want to focus. I want to calm down and try to find the key, the main topic, the most important topic for me this morning. So let's focus on something that went very well during the past few trading days, and let's try to repeat it today. So let's bring our mindset into this state of alertness and calmness. Relaxedness. Is this word possible? I do not know, but you know what I'm talking about. So let's stay with the music for a moment. Okay. Back from the 2 minutes of meditation, focus. As usual, some thoughts that I was having this morning, and I have to say I'm still confused. Being off from trading for 3 or 4 days, it's difficult to find in. So maybe you have seen it on the webcam view, but you shouldn't, because you should have closed your eyes according to the instructions. I was looking around and here and there and what's going on and here and there. So the only thing I managed to do this morning was to try to get a little calmer, to keep me focused on this, at least on the show. Not sure if I'm really in the best mindset for trading. So you see, not every day is the same, and procedures that work very easy if you're in your daily routine maybe become a little more difficult to achieve or to bring to a success when you have been off for some days or you're upset very strong. So maybe there's the need sometimes to do such kind of exercises a little longer before you jump into the market, or there's the requirement that you repeat it after an hour or so to get your final to the point, to the state of mind you need for your trading. And we are no robots, so we are human beings, and that's quite very typical behavior. Okay, but that's it for now. The 2 minutes. So let's have a look at the markets again, and if we see some confirmation of the idea that we may have a W and that we are going to test this pivot line there or not. But okay, here we are. Some background music. So yeah, I hope during the past few days you have enjoyed your public holidays on Monday, or you have had some success in your trading, at least making a few pips, making some progress in spotting the markets. I give it a try. I think I jump in. I'm long with the micro lot as usual, 10 cents per pip, so nothing big. There's only one idea I have for this week. I want to get through the 10% mark with this account. If I remember right, the last session I was closing out with a little loss. So during the past few days I have made this few small tenth of a percentage back, but I was not trading in very focused, so I was trading very untypical for me, like a mid-term trader. So I put on a trade and was waiting, doing something else and waiting, and then I was re-averaging as usual if something went wrong. So finally I made this 30 or 35 pips that we have lost during the last live session back. Yeah, that brings me to something else. Because of this little incident here on my side, I have missed to deliver the special on last Friday, the beauty of the small numbers. So if you don't mind, and if it will fit to your schedule, especially the long-term viewer like Ray, Rashid, and maybe Michael, if he will have a review of this recorded session, I want to try to deliver it this Friday then. So starting with the London session, the beauty of small numbers, everything about how we should try to manage our risk, how the small numbers work together, the compounding effect, how even with very, very, most traders think it is very small numbers, doing only 0.2% a day. How this can build up your wealth in the long run, but also how these small numbers cannot deliver the money you need for making your living every day based on a 1K account. That's quite impossible, I think. Okay, also very typical around this time, I need a fresh coffee, so stay please with this music for a few minutes. I will be back soon. You see, I'm running out of words, so I need some more coffee.
On the edge of the pavement, at the end of the day, just a name on my credit card, just a bruise in my pride. Never knew what to tell them, so I said you died. We were in this together, must have done something wrong, so you wrote me a letter, so I sang you a song. Now I'm counting the seconds down till they knock down the door. Turning up with the tear gas, I'm not there anymore.
DJ Detonate on the beat.
Yeah. Empress Kalimais, that's my shot always. Come to teach the people in the place.
We pulsating,
Yeah.
we vibrating. When combined, our energies are sacred.
So sacred.
We pulsating,
Yeah.
we vibrating.
Yeah.
We are the ones for whom we have been waiting.
That one there.
You think I preach too much? Well, you see, one time while my homegirl split the Dutch, I realized that war, hate crimes, drugs and such are caused by the lack of love in our touch. A universe sits on the small of my back. The guilt of millions look hard, you see the track. My ether reads yellow, my pulse is off the map. I talk to God through my bounce and my clap. Climbing from this realm, Aquarius is next. You can see the spirit inside when I two-step. I almost reach the top, I am next on deck. Putting you in a haze of love, much respect. If you keep the negative in, it will bleed through your soul. As the hate starts settling in, you will scream, feeling whole. We pulsating,
Yeah.
we vibrating. When combined, our energies are sacred.
So
We
sacred.
pulsating, we vibrating.
I vibrate.
We are the ones for whom we have been waiting.
The one them.
Hail Selassie, Rastafari. Mic check, breaking sweat in the depth. I kill the set. They can't believe what they see. I upset. Is she touching the ground? Is she levitated? My purpose is deep seated, spreading a message. This star is heated. Do not be scared. I want no one retreated. We are all the light and the power that we needed. We can change our destiny. Knowledge of self, you see, it was such a free positive
Hi friends,
transition of
thanks for staying tuned.
the change
Thanks
was
for being patient.
breathe deep.
I have to say, it was not that I wanted to keep a fresh coffee or catch a fresh coffee. It was just an exercise of being patient. No, just joking. Oh, cool, Ray, you have your calculator ready. Small calculator for small numbers. That's a good idea. So let's be careful. We are approaching the Asian high. So this, of course, there's the risk of a turning point. But let's see. Let's check the stock markets. We are still 20 minutes ahead of London opening, so the future is running. The stock market itself, the trading floor is still closed, and let's pay attention to the 1 minute. If we want to in such a situation, we have entered the market only a few pips ago, and then we are approaching a potential resistance. It's very important to have a look at the short time frame charts, like the 1 minute, like the tick chart. Do not know if you like the tick chart. I do, and it delivers good information, especially in such a situation. If you try to follow the highs and lows on the tick chart, and you pay attention to the shape of these highs and lows, you will get an idea if there's a stronger up or a stronger down force. And if it looks like this, I take my profit. So I want to see a little more confirmation. We have made a few pips with this upward momentum. So something I've forgotten to go into some detail. let's do it now. On the 50-minute chart, there was a development with this. This candle was looking like a potential reversal candle, but finally the doji. I do not know about your understanding of candle patterns. This thingy here with a very small body, or more or less no body, it's called a doji, and if you pay attention to the shape of it and try to imagine what the price was doing, so it was going down and it was going up and it was going down again, and finally it ended where it had started. So how would you call that? I think it's some sign of hesitation, though, that the market is waiting for something. So it's not a real strong start of reversal. But now we have a new candle to talk about, this one, and it was extending the Asian high, a few pips only, not much. And there's a wick at the top as well. So these two candles, the doji and this recent one, I pay attention to the size of the wicks, and these two together, if you compare them, for example, with this here and this here, especially this here, there's more or less no wick at the top, though it was a strong candle. It was going up, it was piercing the 4-hour benchmark here, and that was a strong candle. Also this, nearly no wick at the top, at least not a strong one. And compare this yellow marked wicks with the red wicks, red socks, red wicks. They have gotten longer, so there is more. It's a sign that the momentum, the up momentum, is fading, at least for this moment in time. And that's the reason why I was careful with my little guy. And you can see it in my trading. I'm not a robot, because I was off a few days. I'm everything but not in sync with the market, and so I need to get in sync with it. And so I was even. It's looking even more like chicken dance as usual. But let's see. I was asking you for paying attention to the 1 minute, so let's do that together. This final candle that has drawn the high, at least also some hesitation. Then we have some potential support here, and there's the next potential support level here. So on the way down, on the potential way down, there are already some levels we have to take care of. But for the moment, I'm waiting to see some more up momentum, to see if our W is really going to form or not. And maybe we need the opening of the trading floors in Europe, especially London and Frankfurt, to get the final information. Yeah, that brings me, or leads me, to the idea or a topic to talk about. We have been speaking about that several times. I think you should only trade what you feel, or what you feel comfortable with. At the moment I was thinking, no, it may turn, so I've taken this position out, and who cares? It was feeling wrong, so I've taken it out. If it is going up and finally drawing my W and approaching the level I was thinking about, okay, then maybe I have the opportunity to jump in again. So for sure I've lost some pips on the table, but it was not feeling well at that moment in time. So maybe we see some retracement to the moving average here before going up again. Yeah, do what feels right for you, not for me, not for your trading body. It has to be right for you, and only for you. And because if it is right for you, then usually it is right for your account as well. And if you have a similar situation like I have today, being off for a few days, be careful. Why should you restart your trading after a few days off of having holidays or whatever with a loss? It is by far the worst scenario to restart your trading after a few days off with a losing session. So I try to do everything to have some positive pips at the end of the day on my account. Of course I know it's just a loss, it's just a few pips, it's just inside my risk parameters or whatever, but it has an effect on our psyche. So starting positive, starting where we have left, continuation, that's cool. So let's talk about scenarios. We have been relatively close to the moving average, and should I continue with my idea of the W? How could I know? Therefore, let's pay attention to the DEX. It was opening with a little gap down. Oh, I do not know exactly about the Asian markets. I have not checked it. Let's do that. And the most recent candle, it's also a 5-minute chart we are looking on. We're looking at. Yeah, it could go up. So I'm gathering confirmations or just the opposite. Some contradicting information from my charts. Yeah, that is all I can do. We do not need to have a trading idea, for example, something like the W or all these other BigFoots and market maker stuff. We do not need that. We can follow this, but with some experience and some knowledge, I think it should be possible to play more or less every day, trading day without a loss in the end. So even if you have not made some money, you should be able to bring it back to where you started it at the morning. But having this idea of the major game plan, and if you get some confirmation on the major game plan, I give it a try. I'm in once again with the long, but if it turns, I will take this guy out again. Yeah, back to my thought. If we have a major game plan and it is confirmed by the market, then you can make some more. There's nothing that you should try to force. And I think from the trading sessions you have seen, I'm talking about this major game plan all the time because it makes a lot of fun to have something to keep our brain busy while sitting in front of the screens and nothing is happening. But basically, I'm trying to follow the moves on the charts, regardless of my idea of the major game plan. So let's talk about risk. 10 cents per pip. So the risk we have. With a long position, of course, the risk comes from a down move. So the very first potential support is to the round number, and you see it's roughly, that's a break-even price here. So it's 9 pips away. We are talking about 90 cents. The next is the Asian low. So far it's 15 pips away, 24, 25 pips away. So we are talking about $2.50, and you know we have this maximum drawdown limit for this account of 5%. roughly $50. So even if we are going down to the round number, this little blue line here, it's 128 level, it is 60 pips, $6. So that is not a problem. So why have I done this calculation at this moment in time? Yeah, I'm long. I have this trading idea, and I try to determine what is my risk with staying with this, or should I take off this guy because the potential reversal. Yeah, let's have a look together on the 1 minute. It delivers some more detail, more close information, more detailed information. It was looking like a potential breakdown here through this moving average. By the way, for all of you following my chart setups, I have brought up this 4-hour benchmark on the 1 minute as well. It's relatively dark color, so it should not be dominating my chart layout, but it's there. So I have it here on the 5, I have it on the 15, and I have it here on the 1 minute. I think you know, to have the 4-hour benchmark on the 1 minute, you have to set up a simple moving average, and you have to choose 240 periods of time for the averaging. So that is exactly, this line here is exactly the same like this line here, and also on the 15. Yeah, the risk, it is not too big, even if we are going down to the round number. And from the media I have read that there are a lot of stops, and that there's the idea in the market that some people are defending this level, and every time you hear something about that, it's about hey, good morning, bonjour. Sorry, I have not checked the window. You see, I'm not well trained to do that, so there's some technical issue. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, thanks for the info. I'm a little late seeing that, I think. Let me check here on my side. Let me run a test. So the position has to go on its own. So let's check if the bandwidth here on my side is too small, or if I have a technical issue. Test still running, so let's see. Oh, you can see it yourself. So the download speed is okay. It's around 17 megabits. So the upload. Yeah. Everything around 5 megabits per second should be fine. Our stream requires, depending on what I do on the screen, 1.5 megabits. So I'm not sure. It could be also a problem of live stream itself. They have several servers around the world, and maybe they have switched over the stream to another one, so they have to do some load balancing on their side. So yeah, I'm very sorry for that. Yeah, at the moment it seems to work here on my side. I hope you were able to follow. But please give me a hint if it is dropping again. So let's see. Yeah, we are still in with our little guy. Let's pay attention to the to the DEX 2 minutes ahead of London opening. I think okay, if we see a strong drop now like that, 2 minutes before the markets, the trading floors are going to open in London and Frankfurt, I expect some volatility. So the next 5 minutes are usually not a too good time to make some strong decisions on your exposure and the direction of the position. So if you are in, you should stay calm relatively, unless you see, for example, a really strong drop down. Oops. A strong drop down, something like that. So then if I would have a strong long exposure, I would reduce, especially if we are breaking a relatively strong potential support level like the Asian low. If we are going through that without hesitation, I would ponder about reducing my long exposure strongly. If you have a small position in only, like we have this little long guy, well, I would stay the next 3, 4, 5 minutes to see what the market's intention really is. But at this time we should have a look at the hourly chart, because we are going to close also the hourly candle. So here we are. Yeah, depends on, as usual. 30 seconds to go at the moment. It's not pointing in any direction, I would say. It's some kind of hesitation here. There's this long wick, but the last candle was showing the long wick at the bottom side. So for me, you know, I always try to draw the next potential candle. So for me it is possible to see a candle like this during the next 2 hours, or it looks also valid to have something like this. So, and if I try to draw it on my chart all the time, and if it looks reasonable, if I have the feeling you have seen that several thousand of time on your charts already in the past, so then I think, okay, it's reliable. And because I know the yellow option and I knew the red option very well from the chart, so for me this hourly candle is not delivering any insight, and it's closed now. So let's have a look. Everything is possible. The main trend for this week, the week has started here on Sunday night, but from last Friday's high it seems to be a downtrend so far. There's something else coming into play, you know, the weekly turn. At least for the Wednesday and the Thursday, it's most of the time true. Last week we have seen an example that it was not working out till the last moment of the week. So it was turning on Wednesday and it was going down on Wednesday, and it started to go down some more on Thursday here, but then it was reversed. So however, let's see what the stock market is delivering. Okay, yeah, friends, still some technical issues. Or is it okay at the moment? Here on my side, let me check that. It looks okay. I have running also some test platform here, so let me try. It's a server running somewhere else, so it's not inside of my private network here, so it should deliver some information, but I have to connect to that server first. me see. Yeah, the test screen looks okay. But okay, we can never know what's going on in the internet. There are millions of possible bottlenecks from here in Germany to your location, wherever you are. Okay, let's focus on trading again. I'm very sorry if there are still some issues. That is something I don't have under control. The market is open. Has opened. Is open. But I need to take some lessons in English with my private teacher. Yeah, because there are some more people watching at the moment. Thanks again for your emails. You have made me feeling very well that you have been taking care about me. So it was not a major incident. I was having something like stomach flu, or however it may be called in English. So I was spending the whole night on the toilet. Maybe not the right topic to talk on TV publicly, but that's the reason, or my issues I was having. So I was not able to deliver. And bonjour. We want to deliver the show, or the session, the special, with the beauty of small numbers on the next Friday. So if it fits to your schedule, it would be nice. Ray has polished his calculator with for the small numbers already, his small calculator. So yeah, this Friday I will give it another try. Starting in London session. Not sure if we are getting through in London, so maybe there will be part 2, depending on your questions and the details, the level of details we want to go in. Maybe there's part 2 during New York session done on this Friday. 2 days from now. Six minutes. I do not know what we are waiting for. Let's check the Forex Factory calendar. I don't think there's something really interesting today. But is it the non-farm payroll Friday? Is it? Let's check. Friday. Let's go to Friday. No, it's not the non-farm payroll Friday, because it's the 31st of May, so Saturday is the 1st of June, so of course it's always the first Friday in the month, the non-farm payroll. So the next week, once again, is an interesting one. We have the ECB rate decision, we have the non-farm payrolls, we have something big on Thursday and Friday next week then. But for now, I do not know what we are waiting for, so the market is slow, that is what I wanted to say. And I have a little number here on my screen, so let's zoom into it. The average true range of the last 5 minutes period candles, we are 4.3 pips only. Usually it should be something around 10 after London opening. But okay, we cannot change it. It's just something we should have in mind, that we are not really... Oops. The DAX is dropping down. Let's have a look on the scaling. Is it really a drop, or have I zoomed in too strong? Yeah, 20 points, 20 points, based on a value of 8,400 is not a big issue, but the tendency it's going down. It's for all the followers of the gap close. It looks at the moment it's not looking like we are going to close the gap inside the next 50 minutes inside of our live trading show. But let's stay to the 1 minute. Something that we can see is so far the moving average, the 4-hour benchmark. This line has delivered some support. But okay, I should not start talking like this about this line, because that is not the reason we have this line on. It's not because it's a strong support or resistance usually. It is to give us an idea in a situation like this. Oops. In a situation like this, let's consider our 15-minute chart. This is the 4-hour benchmark. And if you're going relatively far away from this line, you usually know that the price is reversing somehow and coming back to it. Of course, it can go 70 pips away from it before coming back, but the more far it is going away from it, the longer this distance here is getting, the more likely is at least a little retracement to get closer to it. And finally, you see it here, you have a rendezvous with this very nice moving average all the time. And the more far you are going away from that, the more sure you can be, the higher the probability is that you will turn. And that is why I have that on. It is not because it's in resistance or support in itself. That is not so important. It's much more important to see it as a kind of measurement tool about how far we are from the market balance point, the equilibrium. Hey market, thank you for your warm welcome. But let's see. A strong 1 minute candle, there was some power in, so now we need to see a continuation at least with the next 1 minute candle. Otherwise, maybe we are not strong enough to go up some more. The DAX was drawing a low, that is confirming our trading idea or supporting. It's not a final confirmation, so that's not the time to bet your house on that. It was looking like a stop hunt, something like that, and the long wick here. I'm talking about this long wick. I was not focused on this candle in real time, so it would have been nice to see the speed in the turn. So it's always more interesting to see a living candle, because it delivers the information of speed of move, momentum finally. If the painting is already dried up, it's not so interesting anymore. To get this information from hindsight, you have to go into the 1 minute chart to see what was going on there. But even with the 6 screens, having a 1 minute chart for the DAX or all the different asset classes I have on my screen, it would be a little bit overdone, I would say. So 1 minute, go or not, stay, go, stay, go. Yeah, new high, nice one. I'm checking the stocks, and I'm checking the Swissy, the chart behind the webcam view. Usually it needs to go down to see the euro dollar going up because of the negative correlation, you know. Should I take this little profit? Yeah, I'm getting a little stronger in sync with the market, so I'm not in the very strong chicken mode from the very beginning of today's trading. But a profit is a profit. So I'm very focused on the 1 minute on the tick to get an idea if there might be a breakup following, especially because we are in the last 2 minutes of this 15-minute candle. And this could be, they could try to draw a very nice reversing candle. They have brought it up, and a little more would be nice, and then draw this candle on your imaginary screen in your head and reverse it. Give it a long wick at the top. Wouldn't it look like a perfect reversal pattern? So that is what I usually do, and the more reliable, the more usual, the more common it looks, the stronger your belief is that you have seen that 1,000 times already. Yeah, so the higher is the probability that I will pay attention to it and believe into it. The DAX is going down once more, but I take this guy. The problem is with this, if they really want to do that, they may bring it up during the next few seconds, 5, 6, 7 pips, but then they're going to snatch it down 10 or 15 pips in a blink. So for me there's some kind of risk, but okay, the Swissy seems to be confirming, and once again I might have been too careful, but okay. Okay. Once again, the discussion about the not made pips, the pips I have left on the table, but for me it's more important that my account is growing continuously in a constant way. So, and for some reason for me there was a risk of a turning point, but let's have a look at the hourly. Yeah. And yeah, the 15 minutes closed, a nice one. With this one there, yeah, I'm not willing to jump in again, because my target is not too far away for this, and there are two possible options. If it is going up, of course I'm pondering about how could the market make it going down again. If it is still going up, and let's say you have a long position, everything is fine so far, maybe you have to ponder about your exposure and you have to adapt your position size. But how could this be reversed? There's some way, so let me draw that here. It is called the railroad track. That is a strong reversal pattern, but it's not very common. So it's something like you're neutralizing the strong up candle, and that is without a doubt a strong up candle with the next down going candle. So something like an outside bar. If this is not going to happen, we need to see maybe going up to this nice pivot line, and then we need what we usually have, a candle like this followed by a candle like that. So there is what I want to say, this red scenario is not too likely, so at least to get into a scenario like the yellow one here, we need to see some more up move, and that is something I usually use in my trading. Not so today. Because yeah, I'm too careful. Ooh, hello, line. Oops. So pay attention to it. Pay attention to it. Of course, I know there are 13 minutes to go for this candle. Everything can happen. But the way it was looking already a few seconds ago, it was something pointing into a potential turn. But let's see. And see the distance between the moving average and the price. It's not a big deal, but the more far away we are getting, the higher the probability is for at least a swing down. not a retrace or a turn of the daily direction, not a turn of the weekly trend. I'm talking only about the next hour, roughly. Hey friends, please, a little feedback about the technique. Do you still have some technical issues? Is the video stream still somehow distorted or dropping off? Would be nice to give a little hint in the chat window. Yeah, if so, okay, it will cost some time, but most of you really want to get into this trading career, so maybe it's a good investment. Of course, this video will be in the video archive on live stream and also on our YouTube channel in high quality then, without all the outages in voice or in the video itself. So the very first idea of the W, something you may have discovered yourself. Your very first idea when you enter your trading room and you have a very short short scan over all the charts that are relevant for you, you may have a very first idea, an impression of what's going on there. Pay attention to it. Most of the time it's right. That is something we are trained for very well over the last few 10,000s of years, to do a judgment in a very quick way, even if it seems to be a very complex situation. It's not done in our conscious part of our brain or mind, it's done automatically in the background, and usually it pops up like the gut feeling or something like that. So it's an impression, a feeling, and it makes us feel well or inconvenient. We have some fear about something. Pay attention to it. And my very first idea was the idea of the W, and my very first target I was thinking, because I know about the magnetic effect of the pivot line, it may get close to it, and yeah. But we have to be careful. Get close to it does not necessarily mean we are having a piercing or a touchdown with this level. Pay attention to the 1 minute and pay attention to the 5 minute. This 5 minute candle could be a pre-indication of the upcoming 15-minute candle, knowing that we still have 9 minutes to go. Yeah, some people are asking are there special times Okay, the technical issues are still there, sorry for that. So at the moment I have no idea what I can do to solve that. So the only advice, recommendation I can give is maybe you want to close out and save your time and have a look at the recorded video then, because I'm sure that should be okay then. So yeah, I guess it's something going wrong on live stream side, and we do not have to forget that still a free account, so we are not on the our video stream has not the highest priority. Maybe they need some more bandwidth for something else for the paying customers, so I was still not willing to pay the $360 per month to get this professional version of the live stream. Usually it works fine, but today something seems to be wrong, but okay. Yeah, is there a good trading time, and is there are times when trading is more difficult in relation to the World Trading Day, starting with the Asian session and ending out with the New York or Wellington session finally somewhere in Australia. Yeah, there is. Usually, I think you know it from your experience, the Asian session is a relatively calm session, so it's very difficult. You can see it here. Have a look here. This candle sizes, and compared with the candle size and we have since London is stepping in. So the most of the time Asia, without any major news there, be it from China or be it from the Bank of Japan, is a very calm and tight session. And for trading you need some volatility. Regardless of your trading style, if the market is not moving, you cannot make any money unless you're playing with some options. So that could make you some money then. But having some volatility or needing some volatility, of course, the London opening or 1 or 2 hours in front of London opening is much more interesting than the complete Asian session. And there are these common patterns. There is, for example, what I was talking about, this W, because one of the major markets is coming in, and the most liquid markets beside the US market, these players, the big boys, are building their setups, and so there are common patterns to pay attention to. And I love to trade the London opening because I'm very familiar with this kind of patterns, and my blink idea this morning of seeing a W in the making, that is coming from that, because you have some standard patterns showing up over and over again. The same is true during the New York session, especially 1 hour or the first 2 hours around New York opening, which is I'm not talking about the opening of Wall Street. It's when the institutionals are stepping in. It's 8 in the morning New York time, so roughly in 4 hours 30 minutes from now. That's what I call New York opening. And 1 hour ahead of that and 1 hour into the New York session, then you have some very special patterns, because these guys want to follow what the BigFoots have delivered so far, or they want to reverse it. So there are interesting times, and there's some more interesting time, that is when the guys from the United Kingdom are closing out, or the European markets. So in the middle of the New York session, more or less. There are also some very common patterns, and I love to trade the fate of the daily extremum, which is usually after London has gone home. You never know exactly the timing, but if you stay in front of your screens, it's not too difficult. So you have some common patterns, and there are times in the market, there are time windows in the market when these common patterns are more likely. And I would say there are 3. 1 hour ahead of London opening, or the first 2 hours around London opening, the first 2 hours around New York opening, and 2 hours around the European closeout, when you have something like that. So for today we should keep in mind the idea of the weekly turn. So the drift for this week, it was not a strong trend. The drift so far, we are still below the weekly opening. The weekly opening on Sunday is roughly 75 pips higher than this level. So that is a pattern that works out 85% of time. So I pay attention to it. And for today, this would mean there could be some more up momentum, maybe not even to the daily pivot line, maybe also up to the round number. But please don't take this as a prediction. It's just one input of roughly 10 or 15 inputs. These inputs all have different weights, so of course I try to compile finally a decision out of that, because I need to do the decision about having a position or not. And if I want to have a position, I need to determine the direction. Yeah, thanks friends for being that patient with me and this show this morning. So yeah, I know it will cost you another 1 or 2 hours to have the review of the video, but it may be the better choice than if the technique is not working out fine this morning. Yeah, and once again, try to ponder about that. We have been talking about that 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. If I would ask you if you think it's possible to make 50 pips every day, your standard answer, I guess your answer will be no. Otherwise, you should be a millionaire already. If I'm going to ask you, do you think it's possible? It's a really reasonable guess that you are able to make 4 or 5 pips every day. I think it's not wrong to say yes. And ponder about the idea of the W. You do not need to make the whole W, the complete move up. You need only a few pips, and the rest is just applying the position size in relation, in a reasonable relation to your account size. That is what I call money management. I have problems to define or to have a sharp boundary or differentiation between money management and risk management. Because how should you manage your risk without having money on the line? Or the other way around, why should you manage risk without having your money on the line? So your risk management is not only affecting which type of assets you're trading. Okay, that is the only one aspect I see that is different from money management, that you have, according to the very basic fund building rules, you should, if you're trading more than one asset and if you want to build up a portfolio, then you should try to choose assets that are not correlated, or at least not strongly correlated. But that is not what we are doing here. We are trading one single currency most of the time, so this aspect is not relevant to us, and all the others are about position sizes and how many percent of your account size you are risking and how many money you want to put on the line to, and your maximum drawdown limit, and that is all very close related to money, to your account. So the way we are trading here, money management and risk management, is almost the same. Sure. Have a look at the 50-minute candle. This guy was paying attention to my drawing because he finally has drawn what I was looking for. We have not pierced the daily pivot line, but if you scroll back in the recording later, maybe 20 minutes or so, you will get the drawing. So this could be a reversal, but how far? We do not know. Is there someone who knows? Yeah, Mr. Chart. Possible level, and of course a possible level maybe here, which is coincidentally or not very close to the moving average, the 4-hour benchmark. The DAX has still not done the decision. Oops. Yeah, wow. That's not a technical issue, that's me. Sorry for pushing the picture around that strong. Yeah, no final decision about the DAX. Maybe some support level here. The gap closes. They of course want to see the gap closed, and it's, yeah, we have to go to the pivot line as well to do that finally. The question if we are going up some more or not. could be answered by the BigFoots, of course, and their criteria is a very simple one. Let me try to explain it to you. Unfortunately, I'm not playing in this league, at least not now. Do they have trapped enough volume here and here? Do they have trapped enough short contracts to make good money on the way up? If not, bye bye, bonjour, have a nice day. I wish you good progress in your project. See you tomorrow. If they have not trapped enough volume, there's only one thing to do for them. Bring it down again, usually not that low as before, and then go up again. But the only one we do not know about that, we can try to derive that information out of the patterns we see. And therefore we should not go up too much more before going down. Usually this is happening 2 hours, 3 hours before the New York opening. Maybe also you see the purple colored rectangle is ending here. That's the end of the Asian session, so it is not a bad time for doing that, because the Asian guys have to close out the positions. At least they have to reduce their exposure to the overnight levels, and these levels are usually not that strong as the daylight levels. So maybe they are using the momentum of the Asian close of the trading day to go there. So it would not be very surprising for me to see this step down again before going up some more. And also that we are going up that at that moment is not untypical, because usually a reversal pattern looks like this. Looks like this. So let me draw a wick, and then you need to have this down candle. So how to draw this wick? Okay, the price has to go up. It's just that easy. So try to remember, try to imagine how a candle is drawn on the chart. What has to happen with the price? So of course we all know that somehow finally in the background of our head, but my trading was improving strongly when I finally realized that I have to do just that. Try to ponder about a longer lasting candle, for example a 15 or a 5 minute candle is developing its final shape that we want to see for a reversal pattern, for example. So I usually do not get nervous anymore. Let's remember I'm playing this reversal, so the next swing should be short. Let's say we are short, so I'm not getting nervous to see the price going up. It's because they want to draw a perfect reversal pattern, and therefore the price has to go up first and down later.
Solía charlar con mi enfermedad, cada maritada le preguntaba por qué chico, pero ya no respondía. Y dolía, y duela un cada aguja, por una de pocas soy peregrino, pero mi destino no es Luján. Los rayos del sol atraviesan las nubes de tormenta y dibujan en este triste paisaje un lugar para soñar.
And to give you some kind of relief in your expectations, what you need to know to be a successful trader, try to think about this 4 pips or 5 pips per day and see how easy it is to read a reversal pattern. And it has delivered already 77, 10 pips. So let's say you need 6-7 pips to finally confirm the reversal. Well, depends when you're jumping into that. and then you need only a few, and they're already. So it's usually you can jump into an ongoing move, but it's much easier to try. And I know I'm with this statement I'm contradicting, or I'm going against the majority of the trading books out there. It's not difficult to spot a top or a bottom. It's easy. The only thing you need may be some glasses. I have. Maybe that's different. It's on the 15 minute there are just 3 candles that are working together: an up candle, and a candle of hesitation and turn like an inverted hammer, and then the down going candle. On the 1 minute it's much more to see. So if it takes too long on the 15 minute, you get the pre-indication, the first hand information very early on the 1 minute. Yeah, okay. For usual schedule there are roughly 20 minutes left, but I think because I'm not, the probability that I'm jumping into a trade is not that high, because the main moves have happened already. So this time of the day, after an hour of London opening, the market is getting more calm. So I'm paying attention to the technical issues we have. You have, we have, live stream has, I do not know. Maybe I'm closing out early this session. So yeah, see you tomorrow again. London opening should be possible. I hope the technical issues are solved then. And as I've said earlier, this video should is available for you in the archive, also on the YouTube channel, and there the quality is much higher than on live stream. So have a look there. I'm going to upload them immediately after I've closed this show. So thanks for joining in. I wish you a pleasant day, trading day. Be nimble, trade only what feels safe to you. 1 pip profit for a day is much better than having a 1 pip loss. So if it is not the right day, if this is not the right market, tomorrow will come, I'm sure. So yeah, thanks for joining in. Bye bye friends, see you tomorrow then. Bye Ray, bye Rashid.